Hi, my name is Ruby Williams. I am in second grade at Brewer Community School. We had a junior achievement volunteer come into our classroom this year to teach us all about our community, money, and jobs. My favorite part about junior achievement was playing all the fun games. We did job flashcards and we learned how to vote. Hi, my name is Emma DeSantis. I am in Brewer Community School. My favorite part about Junior Achievement was spending time with our volunteer teacher, Mr. Melia. Mr. Melia taught us how you can earn money by having a job. We ran a donut shop called Sweet O Donuts and earned a paycheck. We even made up new flavors for our customers.
Hello, my name is Owen Mitchell and I'm a 5th grade student from Mount Memorial School. My favorite part of Junior Achievement Maine was learning about profit and why profit is important. I bet our honorees tonight would talk about profit in their businesses. Steve has to sell a lot of Ella Bean boots, Lindsay has to sell a lot of ice cream cones, and the Robinsons family has to sell a lot of lumber to make profit.
Hello, my name is Emma Toplip and I'm a 5th grader at Mount Memorial School. My favorite part of Junior Achievement Maine was when we talked about our future job and how much money that job pays. When I am older, I want to be a marine biologist.
I also learned how to manage my money. You can spend, save, or donate your money. Money moves all around our community. We even rapped a song about it. What I want you to know about Junior Achievement is that I had so much fun learning about money. When I grow up, I want to be a dinosaur hunter. We didn't get to keep all of our money because we had to pay our taxes. Did you know taxes help pay for police officers and firefighters who keep us safe? It is important to spend your money on things you need like food, shelter, and water. When I grow up, I want to be a veterinarian.
There are risks and rewards while starting a business. You will need to be innovative and creative. I learned all this knowledge from my Junior Achievement Maine volunteer, Miss Smith from Camden National Bank. What I want you to know about Junior Achievement Maine is that it encourages us kids who want to know more about careers, economy, and how to handle money. This information will be very useful as we grow up. When I'm older, I want to be an engineer.
My JA volunteer taught me how to be considerate with my money. It also has taught me that money does not grow on trees. For example, if I asked my mom for something expensive, she couldn't just buy it for me because she has to work for it first. I learned that all from my JA volunteer, Mrs. Smith from Camden National Bank. She also taught me that supply and demand and how that determines how businesses price their goods and services. Mrs. Smith was very nice, kind, smart, and sometimes brought us a little treat. Junior Achievement is important to me and other kids because it teaches us how to be considerate and responsible with our money. That is a skill that kids and adults need. Thank you for listening to us and for being here tonight.
Thank you, J.A.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Thank you, J.A. Maine. You rock.
All right, good evening. I am pleased to welcome you to Junior Achievement's 34th Annual Maine Business Hall of Fame. My name is Dayana Huxwayman, and I'm a senior at Portland High School. And this is my friend Slugger. He's a little stage shy, so I'm going to be doing all the talking tonight. We are honored to join you this evening as we celebrate the contributions of stellar business leaders from across Maine. From a fifth-generation ice cream maker who worked her way up to CEO, to members of a soon-to-be sixth-generation family lumber business focusing on sustainability and preservation, and to the president and CEO of an iconic global brand focusing on building a sense of community around equity and inclusion. Yeah, ain't that great? This year's inductees lead with passion, perseverance, and heart. Show them a heart? Yeah. I'll be back on stage later to share my junior achievement story, but until then, I would like to introduce our first MC this evening, Erin O'Valley. Erin is a lifestyle TV host and executive producer of Maine Life Media. She loves being an entrepreneur and highlighting stories of what makes Maine such an incredible place to live and work in. Please welcome to the stage, Erin.
Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
Is my mic on? Yes, thank you. Hi, friends. So good to see so many of you. And welcome tonight and everybody who is watching from home as well. This is our confidence monitor. My co-MC John just told me it's no longer a teleprompter. This is the confidence monitor. I haven't seen a teleprompter in many years. This is so cool. Welcome, everybody, and I'm so happy to be back. As the founder and co-producer of Maine Life, my job takes me on so many incredible journeys across the state of Maine, exploring the diverse beauty and vibrant communities that combine to make one very unique vacation land. Of course, everybody knows we are vacation land, but for our live and work in Maine friends here tonight, I always say Maine life is the best life, and it is an amazing place to live and especially work. The perk of my job is I get to experience the wealth of talent, innovation, and sheer determination that our state has to offer. But tonight, especially heartwarming, is to see so many business leaders and students from every single corner of our state unite in celebration of entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and workforce readiness. So whether I am in Portland, Presque Isle, this week I'll be in Cutler and Machias, all the amazing places in between, I've seen firsthand the impact that Maine business leaders have on our young minds and aspiring entrepreneurs. So let's make this evening unforgettable as we join hands to recognize the impact that we can have on the future of our economy to help support junior achievement of Maine's mission to inspire and prepare the young people in our world to succeed. So together we are shaping a brighter future. So together with my co-MC John Small and with the help of some outstanding students, this evening we look forward to making this a memorable one. One might call him a junior achiever, John, having launched his radio career at WRKD in Rockland. He is a Mainer, guys. As an industrious 16-year-old, now he's the news director and a co-anchor on WABI TV5 News at 6 and a huge supporter for many years of junior achievement. So please, John, come up, give him a warm welcome. Welcome to the Hood.
Thank you.
Welcome south.
I'm in your territory now. Thank you, everyone, and I'm so pleased to be here tonight. I recognize some of faces out there, not many, because I have been the host of the Junior Achievement Hall of Fame Business North event for the last 7 years, and happy to be invited south tonight, so very happy to be here. Happy to take part in this event, which celebrates the successful combo of business leaders bringing their seasoned wisdom to students' youthful enthusiasm and potential. The audience gathered for this event has the power to bridge the gap between experience and aspiration, fostering an environment where knowledge is shared, dreams are kindled, and connections are formed. Junior Achievement of Maine, founded on the principles of empowering young minds and nurturing entrepreneurship, has dedicated almost 60 years to preparing kids and young adults for the ever-changing world of business. They consistently inspire and educate students, equipping them with the skills that they need to thrive. And for over 3 decades, Junior Achievement has assembled industry leaders for the Maine Business Hall of Fame as a way to showcase the exemplary innovation, dedication, and determination that drives our economy and leads the way for future generations. It's a platform where we celebrate not only the success stories of our 2023 honorees, but also their unwavering commitment to giving back to their communities, inspiring future leaders. Now, everyone in this room has the power to inspire today's students to dream big, innovate fearlessly, and forge a prosperous future locally and globally. Thank you all for joining us for the 34th Annual Maine Business Hall of Fame.
So we would like to recognize our generous event sponsors whose invaluable support and contributions have made this evening possible. Please hold your applause until the very end. We would like to thank our presenting sponsor, Central Maine Power, Laureate Reception sponsor, MEMIC, innovation sponsors, MMG Insurance and TD Bank, student presenter sponsors, Bank of America, Barry Dunn, WEX, our ongoing financial literacy partner, Machias Savings Bank, leadership sponsors, Acadia Insurance, Bangor Savings Bank, Chinbro, Cross Insurance, LG&H, Northeast Bank, and the UMaine Foundation. Our opportunity sponsors, Allen Insurance and Financial, Alliant Insurance Services, Androscoggin Bank, Baker Newman Noyes, Dead River Company, Katahdin Trust Company, Key Bank, Mercedes-Benz of Scarborough, Northeast Delta Dental, Pierce Atwood, Slalom, United Insurance. Our event champions, Unum, Maine Biz, Headlight AV, and last but not least, Holiday Inn by the Bay, and the numerous supporting sponsors that can be found in your event program. Michelle and your team, congratulations on getting some of the best in the business here in Maine. Thank you to our sponsors.
All right, I now have the privilege of introducing someone I think most of you in this room know very well, Michelle Anderson. As the president and CEO of Junior Achievement of Maine, Michelle embodies the spirit of unwavering dedication committed to shaping the future of our state. With her leadership, Junior Achievement has been at the forefront of preparing our young minds for the dynamic challenges of the business world. Michelle's vision, integrity, and boundless enthusiasm serve as an inspiration to us all. A driving force behind the success of Junior Achievement and a true advocate for the future of Maine, please welcome to the stage, Michelle.
Good evening. It is such a privilege to celebrate extraordinary achievements in business and the power of mentorship with everyone here tonight. First and foremost, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to our esteemed laureates, Lindsay Skilling, the Robbins family, and Steve Smith. Your dedication, innovation, and unwavering commitment to our communities inspires us all. Tonight, we also get to celebrate the incredible team behind Junior Achievement of Maine. I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for my team for their outstanding efforts to support our mission and move us forward every day. Their passion for education and dedication to our youth are truly remarkable. I also want to acknowledge our wonderful JA Board of Directors. Your guidance and leadership have been invaluable in moving the needle as we deepen our impact in Maine. You will not come across another group as dedicated and committed as this one. I would love for the JA team and Board of Directors to please stand. The team is around. Give us a wave. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd now like to do a very heartfelt thank you to the heart of JA, our volunteers. You ignite a passion. You are the mentors, the guides, and the role models who profoundly impact the lives of our young people. There is no junior achievement without you. Well, there's many of you in the room tonight, so will our JA volunteers please stand and be recognized? You really help students aspire to what they can be. They are able to take their ideas, put them into action, discover their strengths and passions, and imagine career paths they never knew existed before. We are so indebted to our volunteers. You know, we have some pretty incredible statistics. In fact, a 2021 Ipsos study found that 56% of Junior Achievement alumni go into the same career field as their volunteer. 50% of Junior Achievement alumni have owned a business, and 90% of Junior Achievement alumni credit Junior Achievement to helping them achieve their goals. And as I think back on the students that share their stories, you're going to hear from many of them here tonight. I think back to the volunteers and the business leaders that I've met, and new volunteers who might have been apprehensive to get into the classroom, but are so excited to share their stories and are eager to sign up again after putting themselves out there. But what I really recall is a story I want to relay to you from this past year. In April, we hold a business simulation competition called the JA Titan Challenge. This immersive experience puts high school students into the CEO role to run a business for the day. Now, after this competition last year, an educator sent me an email. And he shared that his students that had competed had been handed some pretty difficult obstacles personally and academically. So the bus ride to this event, where these students would compete against 250 other high school students, was pretty uneventful. The educator explained that when they entered IDEX, where they were competing from, the students slowly started to come out of their shell. They were working collaboratively, engaging with their mentor, and having fun. While the students did not win the competition that night, the bus ride home was really telling. The energy was at a 10. The whole way back, the students were collaborating, talking about how they could improve by pivoting their strategy, changing their approach. They were excited to sharpen their skills and plan for a victory in 2024. What this educator shared was that there was nothing more gratifying than seeing these students excited about learning. And that's why we're all here tonight, right? To teach, support, inspire, and encourage so that youth can believe in themselves. In closing, I want to leave you with my favorite quote from Theodore Roosevelt, who once said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena." So tonight, we celebrate all of those who are in the arena, our laureates, our JA team, our board of directors, and most importantly, our students. Thank you for being here to recognize their dedication and the true power of mentorship. Together, we are shaping a brighter future for Maine, one young mind at a time. Thank you. I am really excited to introduce our next speaker to the stage. As a past laureate and champion to Maine's young workforce, we are so happy to have him here to share his perspective. Please welcome to the stage Sean Moody, founder of Moody's Coworker-Owned, and a great friend and a great supporter to junior achievement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yeah, that's quite a machine here. When they said a confidence monitor, who couldn't use one of those? It was a confidence builder. No, thanks everybody for coming. It's an honor to be here, obviously. Michelle's done such a fantastic job. I can remember being, I think, at the first, JA conference, and Michelle spoke, and as she would attest, the fact it is pretty nerve-wracking getting up in front of folks, and even as comfortable as it. We're all business folks and locals. And congratulations, to Steve, the Robbins family, and the Giffords. Excited to see what how you got the journey to get here. I'm sure they'll have some cool clips and whatnot. And before we introduce the JA students from Portland High School, I just have a couple things. I want to reiterate the significance of JA's work with our next gen. It's been talked about and how critical it is to Maine's economy and Maine's future, and especially as it relates to their core values. Financial literacy, let's think about that. We've all heard about the student loan debt, credit card debt. I mean, there's a world waiting for these young adults when they get out there, and anything that we can supplement that, to make them more well-rounded to go out and face a very, very complex society today is a huge benefit. But when we talk about those core values, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and the workforce, I get down to it, and I really believe this. I think the most valuable asset that any of us have is time, is our time. It's non-discriminatory, right? It doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, whatever. We got the same amount of time in each day. So how we spend that time and how we choose, who we choose to spend that time with is what defines us. So I'd like to pull on that volunteer string, and it's a little dark in here, but with a show of hands, how many folks here have volunteered in JA in some capacity over the last few years? I see a lot of hands go up, but I see a lot, unless you were knifing a piece of chicken there or salad or whatever, couldn't get your hand up quick enough. But I would just say volunteerism, and personally, my own experience, going into the classroom, I always feel like I get more out of it than I give. But that optimism and that curiosity and that there's nothing any more authentic than a young person. They tell it the way it is, just like it should be. They wear it. So it is a great inspiration and it is gratifying. Now, I know, Chrissy and I we had 4 teenagers under the same roof at one time. Might be unnerving to get into a classroom with 20 teenagers, okay? But trust me, JA has it figured out. You know, the curriculum they have, the pamphlets, the handouts, all the great crew they have to advise you. I mean, you can't mess it up. If I can do it, trust me, you can do it as well. And the second component is educators, and that was talked about today. I don't think there's a tougher job out there in being an educator. And being from the community and having credibility, you know, you've worked at a company, you've got experience under your belt, you're eager to share. It's important for our educators to understand that there are resources outside of their classrooms in all the communities across this great state. So make that connection. Establish that relationship with our educators. They're so busy. They've got so much going on. You know, school can get kind of siloed, let's face it. And it's up to us. It's our responsibility and our obligation to connect with the next generation of Maine. In closing, I just want to say, I should have taken your advice, Michelle, and used the confidence monitor there. Save on the paper. But look, seriously, we have everything to gain by showcasing the career opportunities. That's what we do when we go into class. We showcase what we do and how we do it. And that's where people make things happen. We can sit up here and talk. People make things happen. They'll make those connections and that connectivity. And I truly do believe it's up to us to inspire that next generation to pursue their passion and build their future right here in the state of Maine. So with JA's help, let's take the time to make that happen. And speaking of making a difference, I now want to turn to the students that we came to hear. Where's your counterpart? Did he bail out on you already? Please help give a big round of applause to our 2 JA students from Portland High School, Diana and Tashawn.
Hello again. As promised, I'm back. So Tayshawn and I are here to talk about our experience with the JA Titan Challenge. So for those of you who aren't familiar, JA Titan is a simulation-based program where we compete as business CEOs experiencing firsthand how an organization evaluates alternatives, makes decisions, and analyzes outcomes, and then builds a strategy for the next steps. This was our school's first time participating. My team was cited within systems engineering and IT strategy and managed service provider in Portland. We split up into teams of 2 and 3 and competed against each other and other schools across the state. I think this was a fantastic experience, especially for any junior who might have been trying to figure out what they want to do with their life. As a junior, I was asked this question the most. So, what did I learn? I learned that having a CEO role in business would be very hard and very stressful. My teammate and I had to make all the tough decisions that day. We had to make sure we were selling our product and that revenue was growing, and it was stressful. And each round came with a new setback. It made us go crazy. We had to keep up with supply and demand while also keeping our workers and the public happy. I think my most important takeaway from the Titan Challenge was that everything works together to make the end product better. The simulation had many moving parts, but in the end, my teammate and I were able to produce and sell our product. I found that the Titan Challenge actually relates a little to my life. Right now, I am preparing for college. For the past couple of years, I've been trying my hardest to get good grades while also participating in clubs and activities to get me further in life. I hope soon that these choices and these actions will come together to make my end product look more appealing to anyone who considers my applications. My favorite part about junior achievement was the community and the time that I spent with my peers. Tayshawn and I both got a lot out of this experience. So, Tayshawn, what was your favorite part?
Hi everyone, I'm Tayshawn Spradley, a junior at Portland High School. My favorite part was learning about valuable business skills and how to not go bankrupt. These management skills will help me shape my life and support my financial dreams by owning a big house for my family and a garage for my 3 cars. When I grow up, I'll have my own business. I'll be a chef running a unique restaurant, a burger bar that incorporates comics and manga books. I want people to share their passion while they share their meals. Picture it, burgers and Batman, sodas and Superman. Doesn't that sound perfect? If there's anybody in the audience thinks so too, I am looking for investors. My favorite part about this experience was how everybody was so kind, both at junior achievement and system engineering. They were always willing to help me when I needed questions or was struggling. They really showed me the power of paying it forward. With my team, we had a lot of bumps in the road, so having a mentor there to guide us really made a difference. Josh Chase was so nice. He was able to explain the Titan Challenge to me so I could understand it. He also allowed me to ask questions. Josh used his knowledge of the business to help us solve the problems. He even cheered us on during the challenge. The skills I learned how to manage money by saving and spending it properly, asking questions when I was unsure, and communicating with a variety of other people are all important skills I may have never learned in a classroom. With the help of this junior achievement, I plan to become somebody great, and I want others to be great too.
Could not agree more, Tayshawn. You mentioned Josh Chase. He was such a great mentor to us. He helped our classroom learn how to navigate the simulation for 5 days. He was kind and respectful, and he didn't get too angry with us when we made mistakes. We made plenty. Having an adult treat me with respect and not talk to me like a child was refreshing. I think that all students can benefit from being treated more as equals than as students. The systems engineering people were kind and helpful too, especially Brittany Chase. She advised us on business terminology and decision making. It was nice to have her and the SE team to speak to and laugh with all day. The Titan Challenge brought me out of my comfort zone. It opened my eyes to a world that I had little to no experience in, and it added to the financial information that I was already learning at school. For me, it was a way to figure out what I do not want to do. I know for sure that I do not, and I mean do not, want a business career where I work with numbers all day. Instead, I would like to become a labor and delivery nurse, and then I would like to expand and become a doula. I've had this plan for 3 years now. I want to help people, and I also want to make sure that anyone who needs care can get the care that they need. I would like to be an advocate for people, for anyone who can't seek help for themselves. Thank you for allowing us to share our junior achievement story. It was an opportunity that I think every student should get to experience. Have a great evening.
Diana, as a newer mother,
Oh boy, wow.
the hospitals in Maine are so lucky to have you in the future workforce. And I think we have some investors for Tayshawn. What do you think?
Well, okay, so Tayshawn, you're a man after my own heart because I'm a DC Comics guy. Listening to that, I got a few suggestions for you. You willing to listen? Free of charge, free of charge. So Batman burgers, love it. Superman, how about Wonder Woman waffles? The Flash fries? Green Hornet, I don't have anything for Green Hornet. Anybody have anything for Green Hornet? Sal, there we go. Aren't they amazing?
So good.
Oh my goodness, another hand for them, my goodness. Wow.
I'm excited to see what you do, my friends.
Oh my goodness. Well, up next, we have 3 young entrepreneurs from Loranger Memorial School in Old Orchard Beach who are here to share what made Junior Achievement so special in their classroom last year and to give everyone an update on some pretty big business plans that they have been working on.
Can't wait to hear, guys. Come on up. Welcome to the stage, Michael, Jacob, and Brady.
All right. Oh, we're gonna
Hello everyone, my name is Michael and I'm in 3rd grade at Loranger Memorial School in Orchard Beach. My class did the JAR community program. We had awesome JA volunteers, Mr. Joe and Miss Tabitha. They worked at a bank and they made it fun to learn about money and our city. They showed us that spending and saving money can be fun. We learned how to make choices using needs versus wants. Thank you to all the volunteers who helped kids learn how to make grown-up choices. I'll be able to use some of these skills to have a successful paving company like my mom and dad.
Hi, my name is Jacob. We now have a better idea of what businesses are and the role money has in our community. It was fun for my whole class. We worked as a team to understand things better, like how our community works, how money decisions are made, and even how to pay taxes. Did you know everyone in the community pays taxes to support community workers like firefighters and police officers? My older brother has a side business selling his photos, and I'm looking forward to using what I learned in class to help it make more money. Learning about money is like having a superpower that will help us make smart decisions in our future. When I'm older, I might become an artist or a scientist.
Hi, my name is Brady. Working as a team to run a donut shop made school so fun each week. Together we learned how businesses help our community grow. We discovered that teamwork made solving problems easier. It wasn't like some of our other lessons. It was like an adventure. I think my experience working as a team will help me be the leader of my successful moving company. I'll need to work well with the people on my team to make sure my customers are happy.
After our JA lesson, we've had some time to think about starting our own business together. We talked, we dreamed, we planned, and we thought about what Maine needs. I think we can all agree that the Michael Jacob Brady's Funhouse is what Maine needs.
We have a solid business plan that outlines each of our roles. For example, I'll be collecting tickets, operating the rides, and selling snacks, and running the arcade. Yeah, so the 3 of us quickly realized we need to clone ourselves to successfully run the Michael Jacob Brady's Funhouse. We're still working on that part of the plan. When we do figure out how to clone things, we have money for junior achievement at the top of our list. But until then, we need to ask everyone here tonight to help them out. The easiest way to support kids like us getting this amazing experience is to use your phone's camera to scan the QR code on the screen and make a donation. You can also use the envelope at your table.
Thank you for donating your money. And in businesses, everyone knows you can't get something for nothing, so I'll leave you with a joke. Why did the volunteer bring a ladder to the Maine Business Hall of Fame? Because they wanted to help raise the roof and the money too. Thank you, Bank of America, Barry Dunn, and Wex for sponsoring the JA Kids here tonight. We'll be around soon, but right now we need to make sure Slugger isn't eating all the Sea Dog biscuits before your dessert. Come on.
In good hands with those three guys.
Wow.
Nice job.
Excellent job. Another hand for, wow. I've been told by Michelle, too, that I can spoil a little bit of a surprise, just so you can look forward to this later. You know how they mentioned Sea Dog biscuits?
Yeah.
There might be some in the house. There, we'll tease it. We'll tease it.
I know. I mean, sea dog biscuits and sea bags, right? You can never have enough. Ooh. According to your wife and myself and how many other people out there. So we have a very special bag, everybody. Yep, I am Vanna White tonight, showing it off. A special shout out to my friend Beth Greenlaw, who has been my business mentor for many years. She's not here tonight with a sick little adorable boy, but we want to give her a big round of applause for helping not only create these bags, but so many other Maine jobs and so much more. 1965, a big year here in Maine. I love trivia. Did you know that in Lewiston, Muhammad Ali challenged Sonny Liston in one of the most infamous boxing matches of all time? Who knew that?
Great photo.
Got it?
Everyone remembers the photo, right?
I-95 finally connected Houlton, Maine to Florida, not the other way around. And Junior Achievement of Maine was founded right here in Portland.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Aaron isn't the only one with the fun facts to share here tonight. I have a 1965. It's a good number.
It's a great number.
I've got a higher number to share. I got to look at my paper because I wouldn't remember this.
Tommy Topper.
293,465. Anybody know what that is? That's the number of students JA of Maine has positively impacted since it was founded. Now, they do this all without direct funding from federal or state government. It's all achieved with generous donations from individuals, businesses, foundations, and great fundraising events like this evening.
So every donation, you guys, it counts. Get out your credit card, get out your wallet, get out all of your $500 donations, because tonight these bags are not, well, they're all going home, excuse me. Yeah, they're not staying here. They're going home. We have 25 of them, so make sure we exceed that and that you can order them and we can create more for sea bags. Supply is limited. Don't wait. Make a $500 donation or more. And please, if you do that, see the JA team at the registration table after the event.
And when all these great students, they're going to be coming around tonight, hard to say no to them.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to say no to them.
Come back
so
up here.
when they come around asking for, you got the QR code they showed up there on the screen, but when they come
They're
around.
way cuter than us.
Yeah, don't say no to them. They're a lot cuter than us. All right, want to show them the bag again? One more time? Both sides? Let's see, is there a logo on the other side? Oh my goodness, look at that. All right.
$500, let's
$500,
go.
you can go home. All right, time for a short break, everyone. We'll be back on stage to continue with our awards ceremony. Time now for dinner. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Hope everyone's enjoying dinner. We'd like to proceed with our program now. I get to the part where you're all here tonight. We are getting ready to induct our honorees into Junior Achievement's Maine Business Hall of Fame. So to kick things off for us tonight, I would like to welcome to the stage Joe Purington. He's the president and CEO of Central Maine Power. He's going to say a few words as our presenting sponsor for the evening.
Thank you and good evening. I'm here tonight on behalf of my co-workers at Central Maine Power, and we're so pleased to be the presenting sponsor of Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame. We are celebrating the honorees for their integrity, innovation, and leadership, and their significant impact on Maine's business community. I'd like to personally congratulate Lindsay Skillen, the Robbins family, and Stephen Smith for this prestigious recognition, and to thank them for the work that they've done to help make Maine the very best place to be. Tonight, I hope we can all be inspired by the accomplishments and the contributions of tonight's inductees, and that we can continue to support the valuable work of Junior Achievement in Maine. Together, we can nurture the talents and aspirations of young people, helping them realize their full potential and become our leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Good to see you. Let me tell you about his golf game, everybody. If you didn't see it on Maine Life, he's got a good game. Thank you to CMP again and all of our sponsors. There's also a team of Maine business leaders that I want to acknowledge for their contribution to our event this evening. This year's Laureate Selection Committee really had their work cut out for them. So how do you decide who is inducted? Well, we start with building a consensus around who has led a business to significantly new heights, who is highly regarded by their peers and competitors, which can sometimes be hard as an innovative leader, who is an inspirational leader with a great track record of community accomplishments, and with the respect and integrity that they discuss these things to identify our 2023 laureates. I would like to take a moment to recognize each leader on the selection committee for their time and dedication on this process. So as I call your name, please stand. Scott Twitchell, Matt McHatton, Tom Jester, Steve DeCastro, Jean Dean, Peter Del Greco, Beth Greenlaw, Miss Quincy Hensel, Guy Langevin, Lori LaChance, Leslie Tumac, and a big round of applause for all of our laureate committee. Thank you so much. Over the past 34 years, 114 leaders have been inducted into this exclusive Business Hall of Fame. We are eager to add our 2023 laureates to the ranks. This year's honorees exemplify innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. Each has demonstrated leadership, continuity of achievement, and has made a significant impact on Maine's economy and all of our quality of lives. Our honorees are not only role models for the students, for others served by Junior Achievement, but for so many of us in the room tonight. We are fortunate to have over 20 inductees with us here tonight. And of course, they're pretty easy to see here on the screen and on their name tag, but if you could please be stand if you're a past laureate to be recognized. Mr. Moody, thank you, start. Thank you, everybody. Kudos to all of you. So you're going to see a short video about each honoree followed by their award acceptance. And with that, let's begin with our very first honoree, Lindsay Skilling. Lindsay's journey began in the heart of Maine, instilled with values of quality and authenticity. Lindsay's roots in ice cream run deep. As a fifth-generation ice cream maker, her exposure to running a family-owned business began quite early. After graduating with a degree in business management, a minor in psychology, Lindsay came home to Maine with a strong commitment to her state and the success of Gifford's ice cream. Under her guidance, the business has continued to grow as a well-respected and recognized brand, and her commitment to using the finest, locally sourced ingredients elevates their products, which we love, and they support Maine's farmers, something that is truly, no pun intended, a cherry on top. Innovative and resilient, Lindsay navigates challenges, setting an example for Maine businesses. Please take a look and learn more about Lindsay's journey.
When Lindsay was growing up, she was just learning to write or print, whatever they did, when she was 5 or 6. One day I went into her room after she'd gone to school, and she had a little notepad on her desk and a pencil next to it, and I looked at the notepad and it says, "Things I need to do." And she had a list: make my bed, and these kind of things. This one, she was real little, but she did that continuously right through high school, through college, and she even does it now. She was that organized as a little kid, and I looked at my wife, "What have we done?" You know?
I've always had a lot of respect for the Gifford family. They work very well together, and being a 5th generation businesses, those just don't happen. That's tough to do. And that family business is just a role model for other clients, and I tell their story time and time again to clients about this is how business should be run.
That's one thing we did right, our parents did right. We had all our kids, and Lindsay as well, do a little of everything in the business. And that was from filing to cleaning bathrooms, and you have to excel at those, plus, and then you take it the next step.
They were very smart because they put her right next to her uncle's desk, and she learned by osmosis of everything that was going on.
She was like a sponge, taking in everything and anything. She didn't act like she knew everything. She knew she had a lot to learn, and just a joy to work with.
And then she, being a leader as she is, she brought in her siblings and her cousins. They exploded with social media. They got contracts for the Celtics and the Patriots and the Bruins for all their ice cream, and they're still continuing and expanding.
I think Lindsay is a perfect example of a strong female leader that teaches young girls that you can have a family, you can be on boards, you can be actively involved in the community.
She came into the Institute 10 years ago, and she was learning her role, and she's grown as she's gone forward. And now she's mentoring the next generation of IFOB people, and that's really important because family businesses are very private, and they think they have unique challenges, and then they get in a room with someone else and they realize, oh, and she's there to be a peer and a mentor to lean on.
You can be a great boss and business leader and have a successful, thriving organization. And I think it's so important for our youth to be able to see leaders such as Lindsay giving back to this great state. What I've learned from her, I would say, I've learned patience. I've learned how to kind of think through problems logically and come to solutions.
We had a fire this past February 2nd, 2023. But you talk about something that really hit you in the heart.
I remember exactly where I was when I got the phone call, and I immediately went online and was looking at pictures, and it was gut-wrenching to see.
But she's had the attitude from day one, we'll come back, we'll build back, and we'll be stronger than ever.
For our youth and our next generation, it's an important lesson here. Adversity will strike. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when it strikes, you need to be able to work through it, persevere, and be better on the other side. And that's what Lindsay brings to the table every day.
It's really her as the leader who's running this organization through tough times, and she's weathering it really well, and I can't wait to see what else she'll do.
I couldn't be more proud. I think she's so deserving of this junior achievement recognition. Everyone, whether you're young or old or leaders like myself, we all have something that we could learn from Lindsay and how she's handled herself.
We're biased, but it's really well deserved. She's earned it.
Yeah.
I've seen Lindsay come and grow through the years, and she's a very special person in my life. And it's like with children, you're not supposed to have your favorites, but she's one of my favorites.
Well, Miss Lindsay Skilling, CEO of Gifford's Ice Cream, somebody I've looked up to for many years. Congratulations. So nice to see you. So deserving.
Okay. I'm going to try this, so bear with me. Thank you, Michelle, the Junior Achievement Board, and the Selection Committee for including me in this incredibly esteemed list of Maine business leaders. And thank you, Michelle, for your exceptional leadership of this amazing organization. It is an honor to be here tonight to be inducted into Junior Achievement's Maine Business Hall of Fame. When Michelle reached out to me back in May, I was actually really surprised that I was being considered for this honor. And to be honest, I felt a bit inadequate, especially after looking at the prestigious list of past recipients and this year's inductees. I'm humbled to have my name among them. I want to congratulate the 4th and 5th generation members of the Robbins Lumber family and Steve Smith of Ella Bean, who are being inducted tonight. It's truly an honor to be recognized alongside such accomplished members of our community. I'd also like to thank the members of my family who are able to be here with me tonight. My parents, Kathy and John Gifford, my cousin Stacy Gifford, my brother J.C. Gifford, co-worker Darcy Dow. Finally, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my 2 wonderful children, Ava and Jacoby, and my husband, Jason. Without you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Your love and continued support and what keep me going each and every day. My family has been churning out what we believe is New England's best ice cream for more than 40 years from our factory in Skowhegan. From that same location, we've gone from selling 10,000 gallons of ice cream a year in 1983 to making that in a day, to now producing over 2 million gallons of ice cream annually, except for this year, but we'll have more on that later. I do what I do because I love it. Ice cream is truly my passion. It's simply a part of who I am. I'm also passionate about caring for and about the extended Giffords family, and that family is bigger than my brother, sister, and cousin who work by my side each and every day. It's everyone who works at Giffords, many of whom have been with us for years. We don't use the word employee at our company. Everyone is a member of our larger Giffords family. And in our family, we believe ice cream is about making people happy. And it's not for special occasions, it is the occasion. Every year when our family-owned stands open and those first cones are served, we revel in the smiles they bring to people's faces. Making ice cream is actually pretty simple. Fresh milk and cream from local dairy farms, slow churned with the finest ingredients. Making really good ice cream, however, requires commitment, hard work, dedication, and most importantly, love. But ice cream isn't just what we make, it's a way of life for us. So while we embrace working hard, we also make sure we stay humble and don't take ourselves too seriously. And because we're a family-owned business that really believes in the word family, we have the incredible benefit of working together and knowing that we have each other's support, that we can have fun together, and that no prank is too big to play on any of us. And frankly, I'm surprised I have made it this far tonight without a prank. These values and work ethic I live by were instilled in me at a very young age and resonate with our entire family. They were exemplified every day by my mother and father and my aunt and uncle. Today, I have the unique privilege of instilling that work ethic in my children, the 6th generation, similar to how Junior Achievement is inspiring children for success. I'm preparing Ava and Jacoby to one day join the family business, if they choose to, and possibly take on the leadership mantle. From early on, they've watched and listened. They understand that I have to make sacrifices and in order to lead our company, but they also know that I love what I do. For women, motherhood and a career is always a balancing act, but you can be successful, and I wouldn't trade the opportunities that I have been given. Over the course of my career, I've been so fortunate to learn from some of the best ice cream makers, my father and uncle. I've had access to their wisdom when I've needed it, and it feels great just knowing that they trust my decisions and respect me in my role as leader of the company. But today, many young people don't have a role model to guide them or someone to take an interest in their potential. That's why an organization like Junior Achievement is so important. If you think about it, what this organization does is similar in some ways to what a family-owned business does when it's setting up the next generation for success, like what I'm doing with my own children. And to our company's commitment to continuous learning, we send our production folks out of state for training and encourage others to attend programs and webinars or take courses that help them improve their skills, or bring something new to the table in order to make our business better. Being a young female in a male-dominated industry has certainly been challenging at times. There have been many meetings when I was the only woman at the table. That could be pretty intimidating. Over the years, I've learned to trust my instincts and to advocate for my viewpoint. After all, I grew up in the ice cream business, so I have a lot of years on the job. Not only is Junior Achievement helping young people gain business skills and discover career paths, but is also inspiring them to dream big and to see a future they might not have even considered. To me, that's powerful, and I appreciate all the work this incredible organization does. I did want to share a little good news tonight about our company, and forgive me if I get emotional when I do. As you all know from the video, this year has been an extremely challenging one for the entire Giffords family. The February fire at our scouting plant, hold on. Yeah. It caused extensive damage, requiring us to take most of our factory and offices down to the studs. As most of you in the room can imagine as a leader, it's been a year of pivoting and problem solving. We've had to partner with other quality ice cream makers to ensure our customers could get our product. Turning our production over to another company was not a decision we ever saw coming, but we're eternally grateful to the folks that kept our family in the ice cream business this year, and to our customers just sticking with us. The good news, is that we will be making ice cream at our plant in Skowhegan again by the end of this year for 2 production lines in a very restricted space while we continue to rebuild the larger production area of other parts of our building. Thank you. Through it all, this year has really shown me the value of community and our extended Giffords family, and I'd like to take this moment to just say thank you to all of them and to simply highlight that no matter what challenge you're faced with, you just have to keep working through it. And I'm so proud of our team for doing just that. While this year has been challenging, we will come out of it better than before, and we will continue to grow as a company. Giffords has remained a successful family-owned business for 5 generations. Statistics say that's rare. Only 1/3 of family-owned businesses make it to the 2nd generation. Next year, we'd love to provide Giffords ice cream made from our factory in Skowhegan for this event, an event that honors some of Maine's best business people while also putting a spotlight on the important work that Junior Achievement does, building the foundation for the next generation of great business leaders here in our state. Thank you for listening, and thank you for this incredible honor.
Thank you, Lindsay. I think I speak for everyone when I say that everybody in Maine felt for you this year, and how you and your family and your extended family overcame adversity is amazing. So congratulations. It is now my honor to introduce the Robbins family, the driving force behind Robbins Lumber. In an ever-evolving industry, the Robbins family has shown resilience and adaptability, proving that innovation and perseverance are the cornerstones of their success. From humble beginnings in the heart of Maine, their journey into the world of timber and forestry began in 1881. Their commitment to sustainable logging practices is not just industry-leading, it's a true example of their passion to preserve our earth for future generations. They also ardently support local initiatives, education, and charitable endeavors, uplifting the very communities that have supported them over the years. Congratulations to the Robbins family for their extraordinary contributions to Maine's heritage and for decades of visionary business decisions. Let's learn a little bit more about this incredible family.
They're some of the most honorable people I've ever met. And that starts with the most senior members of the family to the youngest members of the family. As they say, they're a cut of the same cloth.
When you have a family that is really working well together, it's a beautiful thing to see.
When I'm in meetings with the Robbins family, they can have disagreements and they can have at times it be impassioned.
When that meeting was done, they would get out, if it was in the fall, they would go out and go bird hunting together. They had the meeting, they made the decision, they moved on.
With that generation of Jim Sr. and Janice, how well they complement each other. The very same thing I've seen with the three children that have come in as the fifth generation and how well they complement each other.
And Jim and Janice has passed that down to Jimmy's kids.
They respect each other, they listen to each other, and at the end of the day, they reach a consensus and they stand behind it. You have to be united and you have to all be on board. And that's one thing I think that the Robbins family personifies.
You don't stay in business for 142 years without doing something right.
The Robbins family have been such an integral part of the Forest Society of Maine pretty much since it began. Janess and Jim Robbins were looking for some prime white pine growing land in Maine, and they ended up being the successful bidder for 20,000 acres or more of forest land. They looked at each other and they said, we can't develop this. This is just something very, very special. And so Forest Society was really in the lead in crafting a conservation easement with them. It set the standard for a new way of doing conservation in Maine that was very supportive of the values and ethics in Maine, of outdoor recreation, of forest management, of keeping land in private ownership, but also having these public values conserved forever.
We talk about the fifth generation, but between Catherine and Alden and Jimmy, there are 13 children there. So the sixth generation is coming right behind them. So their view as they look at this industry, it isn't for the next 3 years or the next 5 years. It's for the next 25 years, the next 30 years.
It's exciting to see them continue to expand. And they've put in a brand new cogeneration operation where they're producing a significant amount of power that's being sold onto the grid, as well as providing steam for the plant. And they have just recently acquired some more sawmills.
They've set up production lines where they're doing priming, staining, and coating so that a lot of the product now is being brought to the marketplace as a pre-finished product. They have been proactive out there looking for ways to improve the product, to bring more value to the product, more value to their customer, and that's something that they've had great success with.
It's very, very obvious when you interact with them that they care about one another in a very significant way. And there's only one way to describe that, and that's the word love.
And there's one thing about the lumber business, there's going to be good days, and there's definitely going to be bad days.
When you build that brand and you are solidly behind that brand and the quality stays the same and the consistency stays the same, that brand will serve you not only in good times when it's easy for everybody, but that brand will also serve you during times when things aren't as easy.
They, as a family, set an example for others to follow. A standard that is as high as it can get. And for that, I couldn't be happier to celebrate this effort.
The Robbins family have been inspirational in showing how you could benefit your company, benefit the community, and do something for the future.
Please join me in welcoming Alden Robbins, owner and Vice President of Sales for Robbins Lumber. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
you can tell our generation walked out to a few soccer games with that song playing. But thank you very much for the introduction, the kind words. To all the other award recipients tonight, Steve from L.L. Bean and Lindsay from Giffords, and let me tell you, we've been through a few fires in our history as well, and some total losses, and we were able to build back stronger than where we were, so have hope. It's certainly possible, and keep going on. So thank you, and thank you very little for a very hard speech to follow, by the way. But anyway, I also want you to notice that I'm following the younger generation of Tayshawn and Deanna by using my confidence monitor. A little low tech here, but just the same, and a little bit more confidence to go with it. So you'll have to excuse me. It's bedtime for those of us in the sawmill business, and we're a long ways from home. But I also want to have a shout out to Josh Chase, who was mentioned tonight by the two high school presenters, and I want to say he was my father and my mentor on the golf course earlier at the Samoset, but I don't feel we gave him as much substance to work with. So anyway, my name's Alden Robbins. I'm the vice president of Robbins Lumber Company. I'm the youngest of the three siblings that own and operate the company, and that's probably why they forced me to get up here and talk. But and I also want to point out it's a much different experience than the last time I was in Portland, Maine on October 1st, finishing the Maine Marathon with my wife. I've just started walking correctly. So it's nice. But it's extremely humbling watching the videos and listening to the speakers talk about our company and family. And it's nice to be the first sawmill to receive this award up here tonight in this state. And so tonight I really want to talk about a couple of things which mean, are basically the foundation to our company, and that's trees and people. And that's basically what our business is about. So you're looking at a blessed individual up here tonight. So other than a few self-imposed aches and pains, which I mentioned previously, I'm in good health and have many of my friends and family and loved ones here tonight, and I'm so blessed to have that. I get up every day and join a team of individuals that work with the most amazing building material known to man. That's wood, and more specifically white pine in this state. And other than perhaps Giffords ice cream, it's hard to find a better product to work with every day. I mean, come on, our facilities are basically giant air fresheners. There's a beauty and a magic to working with trees. We harvest and mill white pine, which has held such a storied position in our country's history, construction, and commerce. But all wood in general is amazing. We all live within the forests in this state that we work with. Forests that grow trees, clean our air, provide us refuge and peace, provide us with recreation, reflection, a calm place to sit and be still with nature. But they all also provide us with jobs, income, and lessons. We make some great things with wood at Robbins Lumber, and they're making great things all over the country, from structures as tall as over 20 stories and beyond, to humble cabins and lean-tos along the Appalachian Trail, to little toothpicks and golf tees. But one of my favorite quotes is from Michael Green, architect from Vancouver, who said, "No one ever comes into one of my buildings and hugs a steel column, but build with wood and people will touch it, feel its warmth, its beauty, its strength, its resiliency. It's calming to people in its presence, and it's renewable." We are still sustainably harvesting products from forests where our ancestors harvested generations before. We're sequestering carbon taken from the atmosphere. We're making products that will be cherished for generations to come. That's a beautiful story, and it's an old one. The Fairbanks House in Dedham, Massachusetts, still standing today, was constructed in 1637, entirely out of wood. Just recently, they discovered parts of the oldest wooden structure found in the world in Zambia, dated at over 400,000 years old. And just think about that. And they say that a lot of concrete structures sometimes have useful lives of around 100 years. I know I don't have to preach to the choir here. We, of course, live in the Pine Tree State, the most forested state in the nation, but I do feel that sometimes we take wood for granted, and on too many levels, I like to highlight, and on many levels, I like to highlight its importance in every venue that I can. The knowledge of working with wood is sometimes a lost art. Back in the day when everything was made of wood, people knew what kind of wood to use for what purpose, and even when to cut it for that purpose. To use trees that were growing on side hills for certain things, to grab the roots at the base of junipers, to make juniper knees for boat construction, and to top those boats with the ever-imposing white pine masts that were so important to the British Navy. I feel blessed to be living at a time when wood is enjoying a bit of a resurgence as more people rediscover the possibilities and advantages and invent new products such as crass laminated timber and wood fiber-based insulation. So trees are amazing, but of course that's only half the story of our company. The other half of the equation is people, employees, customers, vendors, and of course family. The only thing that gives our lives true meaning are the relationships that we have with people, with friends, with stakeholders in our business, the customers, the vendors, the employees in the community. Everything is a people thing. To treat people the way that you expect to be treated, to listen to their struggles, help provide solutions, or just a sympathetic ear. To try and help through offering services or philanthropic giving, to provide jobs, opportunity, advancement, steady employment, and pride. Specifically with family, I'm especially blessed to be here tonight with many of the most important people in my life, like my beautiful wife, Amy, who homeschools our 6 children while working as an apprentice architect and running marathons. My brother and sister, Jimmy and Catherine, who together with myself run the business and are willing to do anything that it takes to get the job done. My father and uncle, unfortunately my uncle couldn't make it here tonight. He's terminally ill, and we recognized a lot of his accomplishments last weekend in Searsmont at the mill. But they really blazed the path before us, investing in technologies and developing markets that have allowed us to grow to what we are today. And of course, their spouses and my mother, who enabled it all to happen while performing the less glorious duties behind the front lines. Of course, we need customers to purchase our wood, like the Collins family, Sam and Claire, who are here tonight, a previous laureate, and companies like Viking, Eldridge, Ham, and many others who help supply the materials that build people's dreams in this state. We also need vendors, the loggers in this state who work long hours in tough conditions, providing the mills with their primary feedstock. And we need service companies like Acadia Insurance, Allen Agency, Davis Toll, Barry Dunn, Camden National, construction companies like Chimbro, banks like Farm Credit, the utilities like CMP, all partners of ours who are all represented here tonight. And of course, we need employees, members of the team, members of our family. I really enjoyed that term that you folks use. People that you can trust and work beside. We need everyone in order for us to succeed. In order for our business to survive, we need to grow trees and grow people. Both are equally important in our business, and you can draw many similarities between them. My father always told me and showed me that a white pine that grows in an open field with all the sunshine it needs without competition, will be all twisted and ugly. But one grown in competition that has to work for what it gets will grow straight and true. That analogy was not lost on me. However, on the other hand, trees also need our help. Our foresters work with our stands to make sure that they are getting the resources they need in order to prosper, providing an overstory shade from weevil infestation, corrective pruning, thinning, fighting wildfires, and protection from disease and invasive pests. Our future generations of the workforce need the same attention. They need mentors, lessons, opportunities, protection from threats, and space and opportunity to learn and grow on their own. And that's why we're thankful to have such great programs such as Junior Achievement, such as the Boy Scouts, the YMCA. All are needed to help our future generations develop, strengthen, thrive, and improve upon the work that we've done before. So in the end, our business is about trees and people. Spend more time with both, and you'll get back in spades what you invest. Help them grow. Give them both direction and space, opportunity and guidance. Treat them with respect and honor. And don't be afraid to give them both more hugs. May the forest be with you. Thank you.
Sensing a theme tonight, I think just about all of us in this room have purchased or used products from our laureates. I think we all have. Thank you, Alden. Well, much like a Bigfoot sighting creating a little bit of buzz, it's always fun to spot the big boot out in the wild. Did you all see it out front tonight? Hope you all had a chance to post brag-worthy photos to your Instagram accounts. As our evening draws to an end, I'm excited to introduce an individual whose journey reflects an extraordinary fusion of business acumen, dedication to community, and a love of outdoor adventure. Stephen Smith, the president and CEO of LL Bean, exemplifies the spirit of Maine's business leadership. From Hannaford to LL Bean, he has held numerous executive roles with domestic and international retail giants, leaving an indelible mark on the global business landscape. What truly sets Stephen apart is his collaborative business approach and his unwavering dedication to customers. He is committed to doing business the right way by building on long-term customer loyalty, offering outstanding products, and promoting strong company values. Let's learn more about Stephen's commitment to Maine's business community and the great outdoors.
First impression is very clear with Steve. He was a cocky guy. And to back that up, he was very competitive. We're both pretty competitive in sports. He's younger than me and more athletic than me, so I always was always challenging him.
And Steve came out in a Union Jack onesie and then a silk robe that he had wrapped that he had received from China. But it was this thing that just broke the ice with so many people to say, hey, this guy's not only smart, he's really fun, he's really self-effacing, and he just established so many strong relationships from that one simple move.
So he would get up early in the morning and go water skiing and down through the river. They were talking about the fact he would be so happy. They could hear him hooting and hollering as he was going down the river. He takes whatever moment he's in and he just savors it in a way that is really quite special.
One of the super skills of Steve's is he's a guy that brings people together, and he's a passionate guy, and if Steve calls, people take his call. And
a convener of people. He brings people together. He loves it when they get to know each other and they create the kind of bonds that he likes to create with them.
And Steve, when he first came, decided that he wanted to establish a a CEO roundtable with other businesses within Maine.
I met Steve about 5 years ago. He was part of a Maine-based CEO networking group. His ability to seemingly check out of everything else that's going on and check into a conversation is just absolutely, it's one of a kind.
But it's part of their DNA to build community, and it's part of Steve's DNA to make sure that he's fostering that. And I feel like, if anything, he's just made that a bigger part of the LL Bean presence here in Maine.
He builds great teams, he builds trust, he's open, he's transparent, but then he gained this incredible knowledge of LL Bean, and he's just this lifelong learner with a passion to get deep into all subject matters.
From woodworking to hiking to outdoor work, well-read, well-studied, has interests all around the world, and the best marketer I've ever known, and a high energy level. So
his real commitment is to do the best that he can and learn from the experiences that he has in relationship with each person he comes in contact with, and then do it even better the next time, the next day, the next opportunity that he has. And that continuous learning commitment that I feel like is really driven by his natural curiosity is such a powerful leadership trait that he brings to the business organization, for sure.
Huge congratulations to Steve. This is amazing and so fitting for him as such a tremendous leader.
I couldn't be more proud of Steve. I think the recognition is so well deserved.
Has earned it by virtue of his own hard work throughout his career, but also just the way he inspires other people around him to improve in their own leadership practice. I know that's been true for me.
Honored to be a great friend of Steve's. We've learned a great deal from one another, and I hold him in the highest regard.
I've often thought of myself as one of Steve's students. I'm always watching Steve and always learning from Steve, because Steve has found a way to live a balanced life. Steve is an exceptional business leader. He is an exceptional family man, and Steve finds time to take care of his person, himself. I've learned from Steve the importance of finding balance in all three of those aspects of life, and when you truly find balance, how great you can be at propelling yourself in all three of those categories: business, family, and managing yourself.
I have to say I'm a tiny bit disappointed. Was there no photographic evidence of the onesie? I don't know. Please welcome Steve Smith to the stage.
Well, hello. Good evening. Thanks. That video was absolutely fantastic, and yeah, really, really moving. I didn't get to see it ahead of time, so I appreciate all of that. It's a total honor to be here tonight. Will you run the monitor, by the way? Thank you. Congratulations to the Robbins family. Your story was absolutely fantastic. I want to chat with you a little bit about woodworking when we get off the stage. And Lindsay, thanks so much for your story and for the Sea Dog biscuit as well. Just totally fantastic. And thank you, Michelle, for running such a great organization. Just really amazing. Incredibly humbling also just to be here with such an incredible cohort of Maine professionals, many of whom I consider friends. And also really humbling to follow in some incredible footsteps from LL Bean leaders. So Leon Gorman, who everybody knows was longtime LL Bean CEO and chairman and part of the inaugural laureate class of 1990. And then our current LL Bean executive chair, my good friend, colleague, and boss, Sean Gorman right here. It's perfectly acceptable for you to call me Sean or for you to call Sean Steve. It happens to all of us all the time. And also really happy to be here with my mom, Linda, and my wife, Lynn, and my daughter, Megan, and my daughter, Sarah, is here in spirit. She's off at school, but we did get to see her yesterday. And then the LL Bean team, some here and some back there. So psyched that you're all here and came out to cheer and support. I wouldn't have any success if we didn't have such an amazing team at LL Bean, so thank you so much. You are all the best in the industry by a mile. So we're all here tonight to support the incredible organization whose purpose is to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in the global economy. And what ties LL Bean and Junior Achievement Maine together is our shared interest in the future leaders and community members of our state. And I suspect that's a bond that everyone here shares. Thanks, Junior Achievement, again, for all that you do and the great work that you do. Junior Achievement describes its work as creating boundless futures through education. And I am a believer, and as you heard in the video as well, about being a lifelong learner. And I believe that much learning comes from taking time for reflection and to process the experiences and harvest the lessons that are learned every day, everywhere. And so tonight I'm going to share with you my pack basket analogy. And it's a tool that I've used for reflection about my life and about my career since I was literally 25 years old. And it's a story that I tell to LL Bean audiences, some of whom have to listen to them, but other audiences from students and other career-oriented folks. And it's an analogy that has guided every single major life or career decision for me. So I'll share the concept, and I'll also share with you some new material, which is the latest chapter that I'm sort of processing right now. So my pack basket analogy is simply about reflecting the path that you're on, taking stock of the skills and the experiences that you have, and being deliberate about the skills and experiences that you want to add to your metaphoric pack, but your actual life. And the content and the skills and the experiences matter, as does the simple task of taking the time to be sure that you are taking the time to reflect. And the story is especially helpful when you find yourselves at a particular crossroads in your life and your career. So the story is, since I was 25 years old, I've always had a really vivid mental movie of myself hiking up a trail in the mountains, just below tree line on a rocky incline, climbing towards a summit that I can't see, and I'm wearing a backpack. My backpack visual has always been an open-top, wooden woven Native American style backpack, and it's always just been in my mind since I was 25. And it's really vivid. The backpack has leather straps that are about 1.25 inches wide, wide enough to carry the load, but they're narrow enough that you can feel the weight when the pack starts to get full. And as I climb through my life, I imagine throwing all of my different experiences and skills into my pack. And periodically, figuratively, there have been many times when I stop hiking and I take off the pack and I empty out the contents and I take inventory of my skills and experiences and I consider what I want to add and where I feel that I'm ready to go next. And many times early in my career, I would do this exercise and I would look at what I had and what I had gained, what experiences I had, and then I would deliberately set out to go and get those skills and experiences that I could see that I wanted. And as I matured and as I hit tough patches later in my career, I became much more reflective to look for past experiences where I was looking for joy and I was looking for energy. And so I'll share a couple of those examples just to paint the metaphor for you. Early in my career, specific Hanford and other places, I'd look to others. I'd look for careers or leadership styles that I appreciated. I would try to understand what skills and experiences those people had that were making them successful. Ron Hodge, who is from Hannaford Brothers, who was a 2007 Junior Achievement Maine laureate, was our CEO when I worked at Hannaford. And it was at Hannaford that I fell in love with retail. And I took a close look at leaders like Mike Vale, who was way above me in the organization, Shelley Broader and Ron, to understand the skills that they had acquired. And I had been a marketer all my career at that point, but I was realizing that I really wanted to have a longer career in retail, far beyond the trade of marketing. And so I looked at those Hannaford leaders, and I saw that they all had merchandising and operations experience, and I did not. And so that reflection led me to be willing to move laterally in a quest to follow in their footsteps and simply gain new skills and new experiences that I could throw in my backpack. And I think that story is particularly relevant to all ages, especially hearing some of the students up here. No matter where you are in your career or in your life journey, being curious about the skills that others have, how they got them, is hugely worthwhile. Anyone can do that with people that they admire, whether it's a coworker, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, a guidance counselor, or a teacher. Later on in my career, I used a pack analogy a little bit differently. On a work assignment in the UK, I found myself incredibly unhappy at work, and it was really taking its toll on me, on my health, on my relationships. And there was a Saturday morning when I sat down at our kitchen table, literally, and I emptied out my backpack figuratively. But I did make it a writing assignment. And at this time, instead of looking for what was missing or what skills and experiences I wanted to add, I searched through my work experience and I looked for where did I have joy. And where was I the happiest? Where was I the most productive? And once I zoomed in on this, I took the time to deconstruct that experience, to understand what was important to me, what was it that brought me joy and made me productive. And when I reflected that, I realized that I work best as part of an organization that has really clear values, an inspiring mission, a culture of respect and collaboration. And these were the things that were the most important to me at that stage in my career and life, far beyond the actual work that I was doing. And lucky for me, and deliberately, and thanks to Sean and the board, the opportunity at LL Bean presented itself to me in that same moment, which I feel really, really lucky to have had that opportunity. And finally, I'll just share the most recent additions to my pack, and it's really from the past 3 years. And to be honest, I'm really just sort of still processing it and putting it in and pulling it out and reflecting around the skills. But the thing I'm reflecting upon right now is around energy management. And there are so many leaders here in the room. And I would say as leaders and as students and as human beings, we all have ultimately a finite pool of energy. And I've always thought about managing physical and intellectual energy. And this always culminated in making sure that I exercise, that I eat right, that I sleep intelligently. I'm with you, Alden. I'm usually in bed at this hour as well. The basic energy management, thinking about physical and intellectual energy. But if you reflect on the past few years, and we have been through so much since 2020, from the pandemic to reckonings about racial inequality and social justice, to the ongoing mental health crisis, with today being World Mental Health Day, I believe we're all reflecting on the lessons that we've learned from the past 3 years. And this chapter, the last 3+ years, has been loaded with emotional energy, adding to the intellectual and physical energy it needs to be a leader. And it's a big drain on our finite energy pools. And so I'm thinking a lot about that. I'm thinking a lot about energy management for me, for my team, for my family, understanding the value of understanding the drivers and the drainers of my energy, along with what to do when my energy runs too low. So this is the current reflection that I'm just now taking the time to start to unpack and understand and learn from it. And from that, I would encourage everyone, all of us, to take stock of the drivers and drainers of your energy. I share this pack analogy with all of you tonight as a framework for reflection and to foster lifelong learning, which junior achievement absolutely ingrains at a young age. And through it all, for me, I built my career and life one skill and one experience at a time and learned the importance of reflecting on all those lessons along the way. So no matter where you are on your journey, my advice would be to fill your pack deliberately, reflect on the contents often, seek out new experiences and skills, and seek out the people that will lighten the load and recharge your energy. And don't forget to look for what brings you joy and brings out your best. Thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you, Steve. I love that analogy, the backpack. I heard some themes tonight, like gratitude and appreciation of others, the power of continuous growth and lifelong learning, resiliency, and most importantly, family. I think these are all things that we're going to be placing in our backpack tonight. Thank you, Steve. It has truly been an inspiring evening. Let's give it up one more time for our 2023 honorees, Lindsay Skilling, the Robbins family, and Steve Smith. We also had 2 incredible MCs this evening that made this event go so smoothly. We couldn't have done it without you. Please stand and be recognized, the wonderful Aaron O'Valley and Mr. John Small. Thank you both. Lastly, a big thank you to our students our sponsors, and all of you for coming this evening to support junior achievement. I hope you feel inspired and empowered to get into the classroom to help educate Maine's future workforce. The next workforce we know is in classrooms, and they need your support. So I hope you all get home safely this evening, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Good night.